All right, welcome back, everybody. Today, the Gauteng Provincial Legislature will launch a Provincial Media Centre. The centre is being established for its media partners and media community at large to ensure a better working environment when covering on-site programmes of the legislature. It'll also be a place for journalists to write on committee meetings and house sittings. To tell us more about the project, we're joined in studio by Ntombi Mekgwe, who is the Madam Speaker of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature. So lovely to have you. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you very much. Good morning, and thank you very much for having me in
Absolute pleasure, an absolute pleasure. So I suppose the question to ask is why was it important for the legislature to launch a media centre?
Firstly, let me indicate that there has been complaints by various chairpersons of committees to say they don't get enough coverage. But also journalists, reporters complained to say they're not interacting enough with the provincial legislature. But we sort of have a roundtable discussion to actually check what is it that can be done so that we can meet each other halfway. So we thought of a media centre because at times, it's so clumsy when they are there, they are writing on their laps, there's no proper space for them to interact with other members or even to write their own stories. At times they need to meet deadlines, but there's no space to do that. They need to go outside, crawl on the floor and write stories, and it was not
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it's the reality of working in the media. Yeah. You need to be fast, get your stories out, yes, and do it in a comfortable environment, if at all possible. Do other legislatures around the country have media rooms?
Well, I've not checked with the rest, but in the Gauteng legislature, we didn't have a proper media space, a decent one. That's why we're actually establishing that one.
Yeah, yes, good. Some people may see this as a way to enforce more restrictions on media freedom. That's what some people would say. What is your response to that?
Well, that's not the case. If you actually check the Constitution as to what is our mandate is to ensure that we pass laws, we make laws for the people of Gauteng, because we are in a democracy. But secondly, doing oversight role on the executive is also one part. But in democracy, public participation is also important. At times you get members of the public participating in our processes. But at times either the media or members of the public do not even understand what is happening. So it's to offer the media that space to be able to ask relevant questions so that even their reporting could be accurate. Because at times you tend to get people complaining about media not having reported on the actual, issues that are happening. So it's for us to do that. It's not actually because it's not our role to actually, clamp or censor the media. Yeah. But it's just to offer them decent space for them to be able to do their work and to do it quickly as well.
Yeah. What has the relationship been like between the Gauteng legislature and the media in the past?
Well, it has been good, but there's room for improvement, and this is one way of actually doing that improvement. We actually met, I think, about 3 months ago, even with SANEF, so that we can discuss some of the issues, because there was a complaint at some stage to say, why do we switch off the mics and so forth? But to explain, to say, at some stage you'll have to do that, because if everyone is talking, you don't even hear what is being said there. So to control the House, as the chair or the presiding officer, you'll have to do that. But explanation must be given to those that are there.
Yeah. Do you think this initiative will improve the media relationship with the legislature?
Well, it will, in a way. And if there are other ideas, we'll be welcome to listen to those. Because remember, media has been participating in our committee work. They are coming in our sitting. But, that engagement at times is not adequate.
Is the room ready? Is it finalised? Is everything up and running?
It's finalised. We're launching it today, around about 11. So we'll have that media launch, and media can start actually using it as soon as we launch.
What does it consist of? Is it a room
well,
with
there's a space. Yeah, there's a computer. There's a screen. There's Wi-Fi that is going to be accessible to all those that are there. It's a room, nice room, decent room. There are chairs where they can sit. At times we also need to offer them tea, because at times they leave home very early in the morning. Just interacting with them, it's important.
Yeah, I mean, I think that in itself improves relations with between the two parties as well. I mean, because things really over this past year have gotten quite heated at the Gauteng legislature.
Yes.
I'm not saying you were part of an easy ride before that, but things are they're heating up. The conversations are getting very, very hot there, and the debates are getting quite intense as well. Has it been quite a difficult year for you, being
Well, for me, I can see democracy at its best, because in any democracy you need to get those engagements, because you don't want to have an opposition that will be a yes bus. But what is important for us is that if you are a member of the legislature, first you must know your role. Your role is to hold the executive accountable. But if you miss that opportunity, you can't blame other people. Because remember, even if I'm from opposition or from any other party, holding the executive accountable is what binds us together, and we need to do that working together with opposition parties. Well, at times people talk about radicalism. We have different understanding of what radicalism is all about, but that's not for me to talk about that. But our role is to ensure that the rule of law is upheld at all times, and the decorum of the House is never compromised.
In terms of progress, because a lot of people are critical when they look at Parliament and they look at some of the houses of legislature, they get stuck on one issue and we can't seem to move forward with it. Do you feel that there has been a lot of progress? Everybody keeps saying it's democracy at play, it's democracy at play. But for the people of South Africa, are we seeing progress made and changes happening?
Well, I don't want to talk about National Assembly because I'm not working there, but I can only talk about Gauteng legislature. I think there's a lot of progress. The executive is able to come, deliver what they've promised to our people, but we ask them relevant questions and they're able to respond. Where they can't respond, they will say by this time, because we give them deadlines to say by this time we must come back and report. And I think we're progressing very well in the Gauteng legislature, despite the fact that at times, you can see politics playing its own course, but as long as we play by the book, I think we'll never falter.
All right, fantastic. So today, Media Centre opening up in the Gauteng Provincial Legislature. Media invited to participate and go there, write their stories, file them in a much better way as opposed to sitting on the pavements or outside the courtrooms and doing it in passageways as well. And Ntombi Mekgwe, who is the Speaker, the Madam Speaker of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, thank you so much for being our guest here on the program.
Thank you very much. I hope all the media guys will be coming
I hope so
to
too.
see the things that they said they wanted to see at the legislature.
Indeed.
Because we are responding to the request that has been made by them. And thank you very much for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Let's take a break after this. We'll see you now.